7-year-old self did not understand, but one which assisted my 16-year-old self whenever she was feeling doubtful. I would like to share it with you all today. So, imagine you're strolling in a park and you see a flower that is wilting. Do you blame the flower or the environment in which it grows in? Whether that would be the humidity of the air or how much sunlight it is exposed to. Now, imagine we are those flowers. But why is it that if we're not growing or sprouting or flourishing the right way, why do we blame ourselves rather than the environment we live in? Why do we blame ourselves for not making positive changes to our thoughts and behaviors rather than society that is always picking on our insecurities? Why do we blame ourselves for not being happy, not appreciating the little things in life, rather than realizing how our happiness is determined by other people and their opinions on us? Every single day, we carefully pick out what we wear, as well as apply pounds of makeup to prove to others that we are flawless. We post only the best picture out of the 200 selfies taken, after adjusting the size of our eyes and the curves of our bodies, worrying that others will think we aren't pretty. We live according to other people's opinions, and all it does is makes us judge ourselves more harshly. Hello everybody, my name is Miya, and today I will be sharing an experience that has hugely impacted my life. So, here's a fact about me. I love food. Food was my therapist. It didn't have legs nor arms, nor did it ask me questions, but it would always solve my problems. Whenever I was sad, happy, anxious, stressed out, I would always resort to food and never to exercise. So, obviously, growing up, I would be the kid who was larger than everybody else. Larger in terms of height and weight. I hated changing the size of my school uniform every year. I hated being late to the topic every time the discussion was about weight. I felt embarrassed getting the largest size available in the shop. And it wasn't really nice being called names or being the butt of the joke. Every time I had to go outside, it would literally take me ages to find an outfit that would look good on me. So I barely went out. But when I did, I would have to pick an outfit that excluded shorts, tank tops, crop tops, as they would make me feel insecure, and so I would always wear baggy clothes that apparently made me look homeless. Speaking to all the times with aunties and uncles, I bet a lot of you relate to this. What could Miya have you gotten fatter? Letting out at an easy laugh every time they picked on my insecurities and turned them into some sort of beauty. And so, through a typical weight loss journey of excessive cardio, hip workouts, skipping meals and all that, I lost 40 pounds of weight. Obviously, from the praises to the compliments, the ease of finding a shirt that fits perfectly, to the purchases of size S rather than an L, I gained the confidence that I never seemed to have before. I did things that I would never have done, whether that would be stepping out of my comfort zone, trying new things, but my perceptions of how people would look at me differently with friendly, adoring eyes never seemed to come true, as people still looked at me with the same pair of judgy eyes as they scanned me from head to toe, assuming how much I restricted or how much I starved myself with. My 12-year-old would cry herself to sleep. She would scrutinize every physical aspect of her in search of a reason why she was still not good enough. Though, throughout the years, the mindset of my 12-year-old began to change. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but I guess it included a bit of everything, whether that would be participating in house activities, debating competitions, to trusting the process. It opened my eyes to a world so much more than the beauty standards set by society. And so, from reducing the emphasis I put on these standards, I became more confident and courageous to embrace myself. I did things that I've never have done. I started clubs, stepped out of my comfort zone. But most importantly, I began to see more value in myself. Not because I lost 40 pounds of weight, but because I lost the old self who thought that leaving a smile on other people's faces for unfunny jokes was still not enough to make her worthy. My value is no longer determined by my features, nor my body shape. What is most important to me is rather the positive impacts I leave in my community, the help I offer to others, and the smiles I leave on other people's faces. Because these actions are not part of a superficial criteria that is set by society. I know that there are people out there, maybe some of you in this hall, who might have experienced something similar to what I had. I'm pretty sure it's a universal experience that society has normalized. But why is it that we are feeling this way? Why is it that we are feeling so shameful for being ourselves and for the body we possess? So, in search of a reason why, I conducted a study to investigate whether a desirable body exists among teenager girls. The sample included children international kids from a range of nationalities aged 12 to 18 years old. They had to reply to an anonymous questionnaire in which they had to respond to 4 figures, which were robust, thin, pear, or hourglass, and they had to rate these as either most desirable, desirable, least desirable, or neutral. These are the results. So robust was seen as least desirable, and hourglass with 67% was voted as most desirable or desirable. This study is actually originated from one which was conducted with college-age African-American students, and they found similar results. Robust was the least desirable, and hourglass was the most desirable. Body image does not develop in isolation. Culture, family, peers are all playing a role in ingraining what a perfect body looks like in young girls. Though, if you try to analyze the results I obtained through a more positive lens, actually, what body image people view as desirable actually varies, as 15, 18, and 17% are the percentages that people voted thin, hourglass, and pear as desirable. I know it is cliche to say, but beauty is subjective, and it is in the eye of the beholder. From China, where pale skin stems from a history of aristocracy, to the Maasai tribe, where long ears are viewed as traditionally beautiful, attractiveness varies across a very wide spectrum. For me, beauty isn't necessarily the conventional beauty standards set by society, but it is instead how confident you are to embrace yourself. Everybody has a talent. You're not born to starve yourself. Neither are you born to hate the body that gets you through every day. You're born to live a life, to chase your dreams, and to find your strength. Everybody has one, whether that would be in athletics, academics, knitting, volunteer work. Find that passion. And you'll realize that you're so much more than what society defines you to be. Although I am still young and inexperienced, I hope I can be the example of someone who has experienced change. and as someone who can assure you that change is possible. If you're one of those who expect me to be confident every day, to not care at all what other people think of me, and expect this 16-year-old has figured it all out, I haven't, and I probably never will, and that is okay. We are humans, and insecurities are part of our nature. I didn't fix any of my insecurities, yet I focused less on them. Trust me. Trust the process, even if it means backing up a few steps. And your end of the journey may not necessarily be the sunshines and the roses that you imagine. It may not necessarily be loving every single part of yourself, yet realize the strength of you. If you keep finding confidence in the wrong places, whether that would be longer hair, smaller nose, bigger eyes, happiness will never be found. Stop chasing a glow-up or chasing a slimmer version of yourself. Chase the person who will grow to see their worth beyond whether their physical attributes fit with society's ever-changing beauty standards. Be that flower that won't stop blooming, regardless of how much rain pours down. Thank you.